guys, it's Trip from Mexican Overland. Good morning. I wanted to go ahead and catch up with part 2 video of Do You Want to Overland? Yes, I do have my safety belt on and I am paying attention to the road, but I am still at the same time capable of communicating with you guys. The reason why this is important to me and part of the channel is that we want to keep this fresh in people's minds, and I want you to know that there's a lot to it, but it really can easily be done. And in that, I mean beginning stages of overlanding and camping and such. The biggest thing is basically, what do you have? What do you already have now? Because, you know, just like any other hobby or anything that you want to, pursue, talk with your friends, talk with the people around you that know something about it or have some of the things you might need. And the reason why I say that is because one of the things that you really need to determine is this life for you? Whether it be full-time or weekend warrior or somebody that plans, significant sized trips at least once a month. Regardless of what it is this life for you, and have you done it, and do you have any experience in it? So I would say, number one, do you have an experience in it? Because I know it's just putting tents together, and I know it's just, making fire, and I know it's just figuring out a way to cook something, but at the same time, all of those things, if you're better at them, it'll make your first attempts more successful, therefore probably fuel the fire that makes you want to do this even more. And so what I would challenge you, from my perspective, in my opinion, again, I've been in the outdoor life my entire life. So that being said, I would say research is key, and a lot of things go into it. So I would say watch people like myself, watch people like Primal Outdoors, watch people like Soft Roading the West, the Epic Family Road Trip, some of those channels that cover the full gauntlet of the overlanding world. And the reason why that's important is because you get to learn about what gear you might need, what gear you actually need, what fits into your budget and what doesn't. And so in regard to that, if you want to start, you need to make some trial runs before you invest into anything. Now, if your friends have a tent or something you can borrow or a camper that you can pull or something like that, that's fine. That's what I'm saying. Because what you want to do is you want to get your feet wet. You want to literally gather as much gear you can from your friends and what you have at your house. You have cutlery at your house, you have plates, you have bowls, you have food at your house, you have blankets and stuff like that. You may even have sleeping bags, but most of the stuff that you're going to need to go do this in a mild climate, coming up on now the summer, you have at your home to do it. And so what I would challenge you to do is to pick a destination close to you, any kind of state park, national park, federal park, or BLM land, and decide which one you want to go to that's close and it's somewhat well recreated, so that you're not out by yourself. But make a plan, get this stuff together, collect it from your friends, ask your friends for ideas on where they should go as a first timer, and take any vehicle. That really doesn't hold anything back. That's something you graduate up to. Take anything, any vehicle will take you somewhere. And on the trails, I've seen everything from Honda Accords to Cadillacs to just crazy stuff, because people are just trying to get out there. So don't think that it's your vehicle, and don't start at a vehicle before you start overlanding. So again, the first thing that I'm challenging you to do, and you can post the comments below, but what I'm challenging you to do is take the vehicle that you have now, get your significant other or your friend or your dog, and pack them in there and pack a few days meals for 2 overnights. And this is what you want to do to start. You want to do 2 overnights. You want to leave the house on a Friday, and you want to camp Friday night, and you want to camp Saturday night and come home Sunday. And that's going to give you an idea of, do you like the lifestyle? None of it's easy. It all has to be put together, unless you go to one of the camps or parks that are well maintained. You know, they're flat ground already. They've been camped a million times. There's barbecue pits ready for you. Unless you're going to one of those, you're going to have to work. And so, is that something you're really into? Do you want to learn about, you know, eyeing out a spot that you like, picking it, leveling it, you know, putting your tent down, or parking your camper, leveling your camper, leveling your truck, those sorts of things. And then again, like I said in my previous video, locating firewood, chopping it up, splitting it into log burning pieces, building a fire ring. You know, are those the things do you know how to do those things? Do you know how to operate a chainsaw or use an axe or probably split wood? Those are the things that I want to go over on this channel with everybody that doesn't. Whether it's a tutorial video or in the comments and just instruction. Either way, those are some of the things that you're going to have to figure out how to do, because obviously the cheapest way to do it is cooking on an open fire. So, you know, cast iron and grates of such that set next to fires and you push coals under them will cook your food. You do not have to have any sort of specific stove or cookware to do it. Most of the stuff that you have at home would work. Most Pyrex works on grill type applications. Most people have those type of dishes in their home. So you could literally go through this stuff, and most people, I could probably go through your house or your apartment or whatever, and probably get enough stuff out of your one house to get us on the road for several days. So it's not something that you have to be 100% prepared for, because you're never going to be 100% prepared. I bring more gear when I go than you can imagine, and everybody makes fun of me because my Jeep sags like I'm towing the ship of Titanic. But it's because I choose to be prepared, and I want to be prepared, and I want to be able to help others at the same time. So I choose to use the space that I have to haul more stuff. So if I can do that in a small platform like a Jeep JL, imagine what you can do in a small SUV or even a mid-sized car. I know the trunks in those things are huge. So that being said, these are things that you can work on first before you move into any type of major investments. Now, I will say this, Walmart, honestly, for the beginner and the mid-level, overlander, camper, hiker, outdoors person, is a great outlet, and it's really well priced. You can get a decent tent for summer. You can get decent sleeping gear, chairs, small tables, dishware, cutlery, at a very, very fair price. And most of it's pretty decent quality. You'll be able to look at the couple brands that they have, and you'll see which ones they're bargain and which ones probably their more premier brand. But even a premier brand for Walmart is significant enough to use multiple times. I've used several of the things, and I still use a bunch of them, because guess what? After multiple trips and multiple cooks and multiple uses, they are still functional. And so I'm not one to buy something because it's got a name on it. I literally will not support anything with that premise behind it. If you show me that you work, I'll use you. If you don't, and at the same time, I'll promote you like crazy. But if you are a name and you are inferior to some of the stuff that I pay less for that has a less known name, I would be gladly to say, unfortunately, that's not for me. My kit has other stuff in it that I feel is functional, and it's never related to price. And so be mindful about that as well. So in closing, you know, like I said, again, attach comments. Let me know what you think. If you've got questions, ask me. You know, I've been camping since I was 6, and I'm quite a bit, unfortunately, I'm quite a bit older than 6 now. So I've got lots of times in the woods, and you know, I was brought up where my grandfather wanted us to tent camp, and he wanted us to make stick fires, and we had to do all those kind of things before we were ever able to use, you know, stuff like lighters, fire sticks, any kind of accelerant to, like, you know, get fires going, and where to look and how to prepare shelters and stuff. So I'm definitely willing to kind of assist anybody in doing that, and that's what this channel's for. So again, put your comments below. Let's get this thing started with you at least considering what you have at your current household, itemizing it, and then giving us a good understanding of where to start and how many days that'll take you. And at least that's the first step in overlanding. Everything else is the bougie life. We'll get there. But what we'll do first is make sure you make the fundamental steps first before you consider anything else like brands and types. Let's get everything you need before that you can take any vehicle to any piece of land and camp, and you'll be able to sustain it in weather. You'll be able to eat, you'll be able to drink, and you'll be able to return home with a good feeling about what you can do next time, and even bigger. So remember, we'll always talk about leveling up, and your trips are the same way. So let's start small, get you moving to the first step, and then we'll just work on leveling up. Anyway, thank you guys. Trip from Maximum Overland. Thanks for stopping by. Like, share, and subscribe.